Alright guys, back like we never left, and we are here again with some more information in regards to One Piece, and this time it's from the One Piece magazine, and this is One Piece Magazine 11, and this is brought to us by Sandman at Sandman_AP on Twitter. Sandman typically translates all this stuff and brings us this information. We get a lot of great information from this. In my last video I mentioned that what Oda does, it seems like he's putting information in a bunch of different things, and basically once you attain all this information, you will get the complete story of One Piece. Nothing or no stone left unturned. So thank you to Sandman and thank you to Oda for providing this for us. But anyway, let's get to this information. So Sandman, what he normally does is a full summary of the information, and he did the same thing here. So we're just going to go through it based on what he said, and I'm going to give you guys my thoughts based on all these different things, because it's some really interesting things that I don't think we should take for face value, but some people will, because that's just how things are, right? But without further ado, let's get to it. In the magazine, Oda talks about Zoro in his sketchbook, and I know guys, it's been a lot of Zoro content lately, but that's just because Zoro's on fire right now. It's a lot of Zoro things to talk about. Bro, there's even an interview about Zoro in regards to Oda and Watsuki that I haven't talked about as yet, but because we've talked about Zoro so much, I'm like, I'm gonna put that off maybe next week or even the week after when it's on break to talk about that interview and everything going on with Zoro. It's just like, oh my god, Zoro, Zoro, Zoro. And there's more Zoro here where Oda talks about post-time skip Zoro and his techniques, and basically this is what Zoro is saying about it. I don't need any trivial techniques with my swords. I just want to master the method to bring out 100% of my strength. I'll get stronger in my own style. So this tells me that at some point, maybe it's his training with Mihawk, or something made Zoro say that he doesn't need any trivial techniques with his sword. So for Zoro, it wasn't about learning new things, new techniques per se. It was about mastering the things he already knew. So Onigiri, Tiger Hunt, all his attacks, he was just trying to make them better. And it's interesting that he wants to master the method to bring out 100% of his own strength, because he has Enma now, and Enma is pulling his haki out of him. And for him, he wants to get to the point where he can use Enma at 100% without being completely spent, right? So that goes back to Zoro and how we know he is. And then getting stronger in his own style, that's the epitome of who Zoro is. So everything seems in line for me. Oda also made an amazing illustration about what if Hancock ate the Goro Goro no Mi devil fruit. I'll show the picture here. Sandman was scared to because of his safety, and that goes back to the things with Shueisha, but he's fine, right? Oda says this about Hancock. Oda said Hancock is an undefeatable queen now, and again, this is if she has the Goro Goro no Mi. He says nobody comes close to her because of her too strong thunder ability. One day, someone named Luffy appears in front of her, thus Hancock falls in love with him, same as manga. So what does this mean? Well, that means Oda values both Hancock and the Goro Goro no Mi very highly, because saying Hancock is an undefeatable queen if she has the Goro Goro no Mi, of course Hancock is strong, we know that. She said that, Oda put that in the story, but now having the Goro Goro no Mi, Oda is saying that the Goro Goro no Mi is on another level in comparison to what Hancock has now. Now for me, I try to read between the lines, and Oda saying Hancock is an undefeatable queen now, basically he's saying that she can be defeated with her current devil fruit. With the Goro Goro no Mi, that's not happening, but with her current fruit, it's possible. I'm not sure if that's a hint in regards to Kobe and Boa. I'm not trying to push an agenda, I promise. However, that could be insinuated. I'm not gonna read too much into this though. That's funny after saying that. I mean, I'm jokingly saying that, but I'm not going to read too much into this in regards to Hancock's strength. Yes, Oda's saying that with the Goro Goro no Mi, she's undefeatable, but Oda's known to play around. It's a what if scenario. I don't know if he thought it through that much. Something really cool to think about, because Hancock has been disrespected from time to time. This is Oda saying with the Logia devil fruit, well, specifically Enel's devil fruit, she's not getting beat by anyone. The upcoming information is about the spin-off manga, about Ace, the canon manga, drawn by Boichi in regards to Ace, right? Information that we didn't get in the story, it is in the Ace novel and now is being drawn by Boichi. So there's some important things that Oda talked about here that I think will be very intriguing, so let's go. Oda says here that Ace used Conqueror's Haki against Hamon in Fishman Island. You guys remember Hamon, that random annoying guy in Fishman Island. Basically, Ace defeated him or used it against him in Fishman Island when he went there. This is interesting because for us, the last time or the only time we know of Ace using Conqueror's Haki is when he was in Great Terminal. This is implying that Ace had somewhat some control over his Conqueror's Haki ability, which we did not see in Marineford or any hints towards it at all. For me, this is some Ace hype because this is saying that Ace, again, had control. I love it. Oda says Ace met Shanks after he crushed 5 famous bandits. Who? LOL in the New World. Now for me, the first thought that came to my mind was who's who. I'm not sure, but who's who came to mind. And I'm like, 5 famous bandits. Who do you guys think these people are. They're famous bandits. Who could they be? And they said he crushed them. I mean, I thought of who's who. I'm not sure who else it could be. More than likely people that crossed Luffy's path as well. But it's really hard to say. Like, who could these people be, man? I don't know, but really intriguing stuff. But it's giving some more information in regards to Ace's journey, and I think building upon it, because it's telling us that Ace himself crossed the path of strong people just like Luffy did. This was the most interesting thing to me when Oda talked about Shanks and Roger and Ace, because he says here that Shanks made an assumption that Roger was Ace's father, but Ace said he didn't want to talk about Roger. Ace also implied that he knew Shanks had been one of Roger's crewmates. So here, I'm now thinking about Shanks and his actions, where Shanks went to Whitebeard to warn him to stop Ace from going after Blackbeard. Yes, we could spin that Shanks cared about the world, but if Shanks knew that Ace was Roger's son, did that have anything to do with why he went to Whitebeard? To protect Ace from himself, essentially, right? But Shanks made this assumption about Ace, I believe, because he met him. Where a question we always had was, they'd really know that Ace was Roger's son, but this shows just how perceptive Shanks is as well, to basically just meet Ace and be like, well, this guy reminds me of Roger. I wonder if he could be his son. But that information, that dialogue, I would like to see some more of, because that's really interesting, that entire dynamic. Something else that he talks about is Jinbei being surprised that his armor and haki was not enough to defend himself from Ace's fire. Now we know Jinbei and Ace, they fought for 5 days. It's mostly a tie, but in the anime, it showed Jinbei falling first and Ace went on to fight Whitebeard. Here it's saying that Jinbei, he was surprised he couldn't defend himself enough, right? So this again confirms that Jinbei had haki back then fighting Ace, but also that Ace's fire was potent enough to be able to damage Jinbei where he felt like his haki couldn't protect himself from it. The thing is with armor and haki and fire, we always feel like you're still going to get burned even if you're using armor and haki. Again, haki is shrouded in mystery with some things. You can try to come up with scenarios, but more often than not, you're going to find yourself in a situation where you're like, that could work, but I'm not sure. So that's the same thing here. Here, Ace tells Zeus before his fight against Whitebeard that I can gladly bet my life if only I can obtain what I want. I won't regret even if I die if I can find the reason to live. So this goes back to Luffy, in my opinion, that Ace's reason to live was family. And for Ace, if I had to die for Whitebeard, anybody that I care about, I don't care because they have given me a reason to live. And Luffy's obviously included on that list. I mean, he died for Luffy. That's what he did. So this goes back to Ace and his character and what he stood for as a person. Just amazing stuff, in my opinion. There's also some information about the spin-off novel, The Episode of Perona, in One Piece Magazine 11, and I'll read the excerpt here so you guys can follow along. It says here, Zoro and Perona found a barrel on the sea with the help from human drills near Kurigana Island. In the barrel, 3 bottles of red wine are found. Perona complains she prefers cocoa to wine. Zoro is not glad as well since Mihawk prohibited him from drinking alcohol unless he learns haki. Zoro decides to bring them to Mihawk, who loves wine. Perona drinks the wine before bringing it to Mihawk. She feels comfortable not only because of the taste being nice, but also because of someone like Zoro being on the same table. Getting a bit drunken, she starts singing with her back on the floor. Zoro cuts a cockroach in half to help Perona. Perona decides to fight Mihawk to bring back the tasty wine, but Zoro offers her that he will fight him instead. Mihawk tells Zoro not to destroy his furniture during the fight. Zoro rushes toward him with desperate face, but Mihawk just enjoys the fight. His room is completely messed up due to the fight. Perona quietly approaches to steal the wine, but Mihawk notices her while fighting Zoro. Zoro accidentally breaks the wine bottle after getting hit by negative hollow that was supposed to be aimed at Mihawk. Only a small amount of wine remains in the bottle. All 3 of them stop fighting and complain with each other. Mihawk cuts fruit to make Perona sangria. Perona wonders, Mihawk and Zoro are just housemates. They're not my comrades at all. But it's not that they're random persons for me. Zoro, Mihawk, and Perona raise their glasses. Zoro, carbonated water. Mihawk, red wine. Perona, sangria. The human drills talks about Mihawk and Perona, although only some months are left before Zoro and Perona leave Kurigana Island. But Mihawk secretly planted a cacao tree for Perona, who loves cocoa. Human drills are wondering why Mihawk doesn't tell her about it. Maybe because he's a quiet guy. So this excerpt is pretty much Zoro's time with Mihawk, and obviously it's from Perona's perspective, right? But it's more wholesome content than anything really substantial. And if you love Perona and Zoro and Mihawk, it's really cool to imagine them in that setting, right? So this was honestly really cool. But guys, give me your thoughts. How do you feel about all this information revealed in the magazine? There should be some more information coming out really soon. Once it comes out, I'll bring it to you guys. But per usual, give me your thoughts. Make sure to like the video if you did. Subscribe to the channel for more content like this. Follow me on Twitter at BrogODAce. Follow me on Instagram at BrogD.Ace. Thank you to my patrons. I appreciate you guys so much. Guys, like and subscribe. I'll catch you in the next one. Peace.
I start doubting me, I felt lost.